Welcome back, y'all. My name is Juanita Walker. I'm the CEO of 7th Avenue and a growing computer company called GoTex Technology. I have helped hundreds of families be able to purchase their dream home, educate them with financial literacy, and restore their credit. If you don't know, now you know. All right, so today we're going to be talking about how to build your savings by cutting back. Let's get started. All right, so let's start talking about housing and utilities. How can you cut back on your housing costs and your utilities costs? So if you already have a mortgage, right, you could get a lower financing rate. You could refinance your mortgage, which a lot of people's doing right now because the rates is super low. You could switch from a 15-year to a 30-year. So if you had a 15-year mortgage, you can drag out your payments to a 30-year. So that will kind of save you a little bit of money upfront monthly. To save money on your taxes, I would say you will want to probably challenge your property tax assessment. Challenge them and see if you can get some money shaved there, or if you could get like a homestead or something. Sometimes you have to apply for them in the beginning of the year. In some places you have to check with your tax office because they might be able to help you with some type of discounts. You want to investigate your other services like your cable, your phone, your internet. You know, if you can bundle them, that might save you some money. For me, I cut my services. I did away, like I no longer have cable. I have Roku now, and I use internet for everything. So what's the point? I mean, Roku is like having cable because by the time you buy all the subscriptions, you got cable again. But it is a lot cheaper because I am not obligated. I know with my cable company, I was spending like $250 to $300 a month on cable that I didn't even watch. So you want to see if you can bundle those services if you need them. If not, see if you can cut them. You know, if you only watch Stars, then just get a Star subscription, you know, and cut your cable. That could help you in so many ways. If you got a landline phone, I mean, you know, nowadays having a landline phone, it does come in handy. Especially when you're in like a tornado season or something like that, and you need to call out yourself, or you're in an area like me where I don't get service. You know, a landline might be beneficial still, but and they're not that much money. But if you have a cell phone and you have Wi-Fi, you should be able to do that. You should be able to cut back from your landline with those services because you can always use Wi-Fi calling. Let me see. What else can I think of? Energy. One of the things that my kids, well, not my kids, but my oldest is always saying is she says that I am a cheapskate. There's a show out there that she said they be on, and I don't know what it's called because I don't watch it, but she said that I remind her of them because they're always trying to save a dollar. I think she said it was one person who would turn off the water while they're washing, like, and then turn it on just to rinse, like just to save money. But that it's real. It's real. You don't understand how much energy, how much resources you actually use throughout the day. So one thing I would say is be energy efficient. Get some energy efficient light bulbs, or maybe even wash your load of clothes. Make sure it's a full load to wash, but wash them during the peak hours. So for where I live, the peak hours is anytime after 2 p.m. You know, so if you want to save money, you want to use your resources, or maybe wash your clothes, the big loads of things after a certain time. You may have to ask your electric company or your energy company, whoever that is. You may have to ask them what their peak hours are or ways to save during certain seasons, because I'm telling you, it's crazy out there on the streets, especially especially since all these storms have taken place, and it's been super cold and then super hot, and then you turn on the heat, you turn on the air, all those things. Make sure that another couple things that I always tell the kids is turn off the lights if you're not using them. If you're not watching TV, turn it off. If you're not I don't know, my mom does something where she opens up the oven to warm up the house. It's like, put on a robe, okay? You might want to get yourself one of those. I went and brought her for Christmas one of those it's like a shawl type of heater. Listen, your girl is serious when it comes to saving money, okay? But yeah, so that is something that you should take a look at. What I do with like my electric is, not my electric, I'm sorry, with like the air system is I just leave it running all year round. So for example, if I have it on, if it's winter time, I will keep it at like 70 and it'll just come on. It's energy efficient, so it'll come on whenever the house gets colder. Past 70, it'll come on. Most times it doesn't really do it. When it's hot outside, I just switch it on to like air, and I'll keep it down. I'll keep it up. I'll keep the numbers up. And then when it's cold, wait, hold on. I'm all confused right now. When it's hot outside, I keep the numbers high. I'm gonna need to go check, but listen, I'm gonna check on it. But that's something that I do. I make sure that I keep the numbers at a certain consistency, whereas I'm not turning it up and turning it down, turning it up and turning it down, turning it up and turning it down. But I'm definitely gonna get back to y'all on that one, because I don't even remember what I'll be doing, because I set it and I don't even go back to it after some time, because I think it's like a Nest. It's like a Nest automatic thermostat. So you may have to invest in those type of things so that you could save money. I know it's automatic, but once you program it, and it's already set to know what you do at certain times of the day. You want to weatherproof your house, which means like if you have certain windows, if you go and touch your windows and they are super cold to your hands, that means you might need to replace your windows. Y'all know your girl used to work at a window place back in my young years in high school, so I know a little bit of something, you know what I'm saying? Okay, no, but for real, you want to seal any cracks that might be in your house, any openings, maintain your insulation. So you want someone to come out and take a look. If you own your house, for them to come out and take a look and make sure your insulation is good, because that will make a difference. Okay, it will make a huge difference. Keep in mind that if you are right now struggling with like your mortgage or your rent payments, you want to consider ways to lessen your housing costs. You want to maybe try to find ways where you can share your housing costs, whether you have a roommate or somebody you can rely on that can come in and help with the bills. Also, if you need help setting a budget, hit me up, because I can set you up with the budget so that you could try to be able to maintain your mortgage or your rent or your household expenses. So a little bit about what I do on outside of this is I help people who are facing eviction be able to stay in their place by setting up a budget for them to be able to maintain their rental, their rental payments. So if you are interested in that, it's totally free. There's no cost for that. Just let me know. Hit me up in my DM. I really don't have enough time to check all of the comments. So just hit me up in my DM and I'll get back to you as soon as I get it. All right. One thing that I could tell you for sure, like, do you have personal insurance, or do you guys have any type of retirement funds? If you do, there's something that you can do. And I have some people, if you're interested, that can probably talk to you about this, but you can refinance your term life insurance. So because the rates have dropped in the past decade or so, you might qualify for a lower premium and you may be able to keep the same amount. Like for me, I pay $12 a month for my one policy. So, and that's a term life policy. So that is something that you should think about. If you have a long-term disability policy, check and see if you can save a little for a longer waiting period. See if you can save a little bit more money. Call these companies up, y'all. I'm telling you, they can help you. Most of them already have things in place. They just do not broadcast it. They want people to come to them and ask, as long as you have an emergency fund, find some ways to reduce the payments, the premiums that you would pay every month for your retirement or your personal insurance. You might even have to suspend your contributions to your 401k until you can catch up, Any other accounts that offer matching funds or tax breaks, you might have to cut them off for a little while, right now, I haven't cut anything off, but what I do is I just put the minimum amount I contribute to my 401k. Whatever the minimum is, I'm still making money. It's still there. That's just another stream of having security. So you want to think about those things, how to build savings and cut back. This doesn't have to be long term. It could be a short term goal for you. But right now, you need to do it. You might be able to pay off debt right now, but I would say avoid using your 401k or any of your other accounts to pay off your debt right now. Most companies like 401ks, their plan offers matching funds. So if you don't contribute to that, you'll miss out on free money, okay? So make sure that you guys don't just not contribute. If your company matches whatever you put in, that's free money right there. So don't cut that off. But if you're not getting anything, you just putting in 401k and you're the only one contributing, your company's not contributing, then yeah, you can cut that off because it's, you need to save money. But if your company is contributing and they're matching those funds that you're putting in there, that's free money. I wouldn't cut that off. Leave that alone and don't use it to pay no debt or anything. What I do is I act like I just don't have it. I forget about it so that I am not thinking about it. Food. This is my number one issue. I know I can't be the only one out there. Like, don't leave me hanging. I know I cannot be the only one out there that has this issue. My number one issue is food, okay? Eating out. A girl loves to eat, okay? I mean, all you gotta do is say, hey, Juanita, do you want to go out to eat? And I'm be like, where? When? Let's go. But lately I have done and it's over here somewhere, I have done my budgeting for the month, and I have spent over like $300 just in food. And that's not including groceries. I'm talking about just going out to eat in a month's time, right? So I'm just thinking, what did I spend money on? I mean, I got a big family, so I'm always, when I'm eating, somebody else is eating, that's just how I am. But what I've started to do to cut back money so I can start saving is to not bring a lunch because I'm not going anywhere, but to pack a lunch or make a lunch. You know what I'm saying? I started to make my meals ahead of time so that I wouldn't be going in the kitchen like, okay, I got to eat something right now, because I am the one that will wait until the last minute to eat. Okay. And then by that time it's too late. I'm already grouchy. What do they call it? I'm already hangry and I don't have time to wait. So that's why I'm always out eating something. Right. So, you want to make sure that you have your own go-to snacks or lunch or whatever it is already ready. When I go shopping, I shop by the meal. So if I'm like, okay, we're going to have spaghettis and meatballs, so this is what I need for that. And that helps me be able to keep up with what I have. I always had to check the fridge and check the cabinets and everything just to make sure I have everything on point or in stock, because as soon as I don't have something, if it's like I'm about to make some oatmeal and I ain't got no sugar, I'm going out to eat. So when I go grocery shopping, I make sure that I do like a item, like I make sure I go in and check everything and that I have everything that I need to make a meal, prepare a meal. So preparing it in advance and writing down a list for your groceries, that definitely does help. And I use like other people's recipes, because you got to try to keep it fun, because if you are eating the same thing all the time, which I actually can do, it's not really a problem for me. But when you find yourself eating the same thing all the time, you kind of like, I'm just going to go out to eat. I don't want this. I'm tired of salmon. I need something different. Okay. So, yeah, so try that, dining out, try to cut it to a minimum. If you one of those die hard, I gotta go out and eat type of people, or you just on the go all the time, maybe just cut it back to one time a week or something, instead of every single day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Most of the families, the average family in the United States, they spend the most on food, okay, eating out. So when you start eating at home, y'all go check out my Instagram. Y'all see some of the meals that I made, because your girl is getting good at the kitchen thing. I no longer keep the fire on high to get the food done. A lot of y'all probably know that in the past, I would keep the food on high. Keep the stove on high, because I'm trying to hurry up and get the food done so I can go do my next whatever I got to do. But now I'm just taking my time and just throwing it down in the kitchen. For real. All right. Transportation. I really don't have much of a problem with that right now because COVID. I don't really go anywhere. And when I do go somewhere, I actually fill up the tank. And I live in the middle of pretty much nowhere. So the gas is pretty cheap. It's not really that high. But if you are the type of person that has to ride on a bus or whatever, public transportation or whatever it is, try to carpool with somebody. Using Uber, it becomes costly. The price is high, especially if you're coming from Atlanta to where I live. You're gonna spend about $50, just in an Uber. So I would say try and see if you can carpool. Another thing is, if you do have a car and you're paying for your insurance, try to see if you can raise your deductible, because your, the deductible of how much you got to pay if something is damaged or if you, God forbid, get into an accident. So you want to see if you can raise the deductible. That will lower your premium a little bit. Plan your errands around the same time. So for instance, what I do is, if I know that I'm going to go check my business mailbox, and I know that the grocery store is around the corner, I would just go grocery shopping, check my mailbox, and do whatever I need to do in that one little area, right? So that will help you save on gas. It will help you also save on just other things that you might have to go out and, if you're like me and you wind up going to one place and you see another place and then you're trying to buy this, you just go out and just because it's there, you're buying something, is what I'm trying to say. So yeah, check. I just switched my insurance company, so check and see if they have any type of incentives for good drivers. That's something that you can save on. I also was able to save with my insurance company. They offered, as long as I got some type of life insurance, they offered me a discount. So my policy is a lot cheaper because of the discount, the extra things that I added on. So they gave me a good driver's discount. They gave me multiple car discount. They gave me life insurance discount. So, just rack up on those discounts if you're able to, if they provide that for you. What was I going to say? There was something else I was thinking about, but I was trying to get that point out. What was I going to say about transportation? I can't remember right now, but if I do remember, I will let you know again. Healthcare. You know how you be going to the I don't know if it's a grocery store or maybe like CVS or something, you have a little card. They have a card there that's like, hey, you can save on prescriptions. Let me tell you, somebody's calling my phone. Okay. Let me tell you, those little cards to help you save on your prescriptions and stuff, do not knock them until you try them, okay? They will definitely help you save on your prescriptions. So they're not there just to waste your time. They actually do help. So you may want to try to get one of those cards and activate it. It's free. You don't got to pay for anything. Let's see, you can order your prescriptions online. You know, sometimes they are cheaper if you order them online, or if you if you have to have a prescription, like a monthly prescription, like you got to take this every day, you could get a subscription to get it sent out to you every month at a certain time. That will save on your cost. If you are sick or something, instead of going to the hospital, you can probably go to a clinic, close by clinic that could do the same thing that they will probably do in the hospital for you. You want to monitor your insurance claims. Make sure that they are not just adding all kinds of everything on your claims, because there is a lot of people who go to the doctors for a checkup, and on their claim it says, oh, they got an ultrasound, they got a pap smear, they got a this and it. No, I didn't do all of that. I just came in and all I did was lift up my arms and breathe, and you listen to my heart, and that's all I did. I did a physical, a checkup. That's it. So I'm not paying for anything else. So make sure you keep track of those type of things. If you do exercising or whatever it is, try to see if there is some discounts for that. Sometimes they have discounts, in-house discounts, depending on who sets you up with your membership. One other thing that I could say is if you one important thing. If you drink or you smoke or whatever it is, and you have like some type of habit, I don't even care if it's just eating or whatever. Everybody has a habit of some sort, but if you drink or smoke, that stuff adds up. So maybe you could, I don't know, cut back. I can't tell you to stop smoking. That's going to have to be a personal decision for yourself. But, maybe start working out, and that will cut back on you wanting to have a cigarette. Maybe get rid of the people that you're hanging around that cause you to have to go smoke a cigarette, so that you're not stressed out, stuff like that. Exercising definitely helps a lot, because it I don't know about you, but for me, it cuts back on me wanting to eat more. It cuts back on me for wanting to be stressed out a lot. So, that's just a way for you to cut back on that for sure. Healthcare costs. I mean, we already know that stuff is expensive, and it's becoming more and more expensive because people don't have insurance. And if they do have insurance, their insurance companies aren't trying to cover nothing anymore, so you want to make sure that you can cut the costs as much as possible. When it comes to clothing and entertainment and all of that stuff, I know what it's like to not be able to go out, especially when you see these little nice outfits. It's about to be springtime, then summertime, and you see these little nice outfits, and you're like, look, I need to get me something new, because I'm tired of wearing these pajamas and everything since I'm working from home. But you want to, maybe sell some of the stuff that you already have in your house. Some clothes that you're not wearing, sell them back. Go on Let Go or one of those other companies. I mean, not companies, but apps, Facebook Marketplace. Go on there and sell some items that you have in your house, and then use that money to buy something new. I kind of put myself on a limit. So for example, if I don't want to spend my money that I already have in the bank, right? So I'm thinking, I want to get these new shoes. They're going to be about $80. So what can I sell that I don't use or that I don't need that will afford me these shoes without coming out my pocket? Or what service can I do if I need to, that's something that I used to do. Consider buying from the thrift store. Do not knock the thrift store, okay? Especially when you go to the right areas. Now, if you go to an urban area, people probably not really dropping nothing off up in there, but some trash. But somebody else's trash is somebody else's treasure. So do not knock it. When I was in college, and sometimes recently, I would, if I needed something really quick, like a dress suit or something, I would go to the thrift store. And it would be so many rags up in there. And I mean, when I say rags, I ain't talking about rags that you wash up with, you know, that term where they use rags. It would be so many high quality items in there, you know. So take a look at it. If you don't want to go to the thrift store, maybe a consignment shop or maybe a farmer's market or something. You know, in Jersey, they have a farmer's market and got everything in there, not just fruit. Here in Georgia, they don't have a farmer's market that you could go to and just buy everything. It's kind of like all fruit or vegetables or food or something like that. If you are one of those type of people, like I have a friend who dry cleans everything. They like, wash what? No, I take this to the dry cleaners. You know, you might need to get your own little steamer and dry clean it, or just cut back on dry cleaning altogether. If you're like most women and most men, you know, getting your hair done and everything did, you might be able to go to one of them beauty schools. I grew up where I went to school at a vocational school in New Jersey. And when I needed something, whether it was something to eat, whether I needed to get my car fixed, even down here in Georgia, when I had like to get a root canal or my wisdom tooth pulled, I went to one of those trade schools, and they already, or it was a college, and they already have kids that are at the level where they can try to do work under direction, right? And I didn't have to pay anything, and they did my teeth so much better than any dentist that I have went to get my teeth done. And I didn't have to go to them but one time, and they took care of me. And that was the best ever. So if you have some type of school around you, like a beauty school or some type of dentist school or something around you, and you need a service done, just go to one of those places. You might have to pay a little bit, but if not, it may be free, or you might have to wait a little longer. Whatever it is worth it. And I'm telling you, do your research. Do your research. Subscriptions is my problem. I took a look. I wish I could find where I put my budget for the month, or from last month. When I tell you that I sat down and wrote down all the subscriptions that I had, that I knew about, and subscriptions that I forgot about, I had spent over that would be including 500 for the month. That's including me donating to people and stuff, but it was well over like $300 in subscriptions monthly. I mean, these subscriptions is like $90 a month, $40 a month, $50 a month that I'm paying for, $5 a month. So and half of them I forgot about. I just turned them on and was like, oh yeah, I need this, and probably never even used them. So go back, look at them subscriptions. If you have not used them within the last 3 days, the last week, you need to cut them. Cut them. C-U-T, the subscriptions, okay? Because they are going to eat up your money and you're just throwing it away. I was literally kicking myself. Like, all together with donations, subscriptions, eating out, I had spent like at least $1,000 for the month. So I felt sick. I had to take a long break and put myself on timeout from a lot of things, okay? So just keep up with that. Keep up with your budgeting, you guys. It is very important. It is so important. But these are ways that you could build your savings by cutting back. And as you can see, it's not like you're just going to go and cut back everything. But if you have one thing that you can cut back, that's enough. Now, so you guys, that is basically what you can do to save money by cutting back. Okay. If you need help budgeting, you don't know where to start, you just lost, you don't even know what I'm talking about right now, just hit me up in my DMs. For today only, I am offering the Budget to Bucks e-course totally free, and a budgeting workbook that it's like $50 value. It's $1 today. Okay, it's just $1. So please connect with me. It is fully loaded, so you will have everything that you need. It's only $1. Come check it out. Let's get this started. As you can see, you don't have to do much to make something happen. You don't have to do much to start saving money or to cut back or to get your finances right. Budgeting is important. Before you can even fix your credit, you need to know how to budget, right? Before you can buy a house, you need to know how to budget. Before you can do anything, you just have to know how to budget. Don't get caught with your pants halfway down. Isn't that the saying that the old folks be saying? All right, so y'all, that is my time for today. I love y'all. Thank y'all for supporting me. I'm so grateful, man. You don't even know, like, things have been opening up this year. To hit me up in my DMs for the first time home buyers workshop. Okay, hit me up in my DMs for that. It's totally free. It's over the Zoom, so all you gotta do is just come.